Guys, hello. This is Brian, keeping Walt Disney, and we're going to be talking about the Walt Disney serials from the Mickey Mouse Club. And I'm just taking a little break from loading our moving van, and we'll talk about some great little pieces of television back in the 1950s. Shows that a lot of folks grew up with, I think. They'd race home after school and turn on that boob tube or whatever you call it back then, the console television with those big clunky buttons, and sit down in front of the TV on the living room floor, and the Mickey Mouse Club March would play. And then every once in a while, part of the show included a serial or a mini series, and a lot of them are still very popular today, like the Annette serial and Corky and White Shadow. Well, probably not as popular, but Spin and Marty, the Hardy Boys, and those are great shows that are very entertaining. They're some of my favorite Disney things to watch. And so, kind of the outline for today is we're going to do a quiz to start. So, just to kind of get you guys thinking about these shows and some of the people who are in them. And then we'll talk about each of the serials, but, just briefly. And then I'm going to show you all where you can watch them today. So we'll take a peek at my YouTube channel and do that. So, yeah, if you're young, if you're let's see. I just saw Nail, I think, where you said you were born in the 2000s. Yep. This is going to be way before your time, but it's going to be some Disney history that will be exciting to learn about. So, way before there was the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse with Goofy and Donald dancing loud crazy, there was the original Mickey Mouse Club that started in 1955. So, we're going to be talking about that today. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I have the questions here on my computer, so I'm just going to go ahead and read them. And, there's some clues that are out here, and just do your best, okay? So the first question, are you ready? Marlene, are you ready? You're probably going to get all of these right. But the first question has to do with the very first Mickey Mouse Club serial, which is, Corky and White Shadow. And who played Corky? Who was the actress there that was in Corky and White Shadow? Who played Corky? That's the first question. So who's that lady, that girl right there on the cover of that comic book? Born in 79. I was born in 74, so yeah, I watched the Mickey Mouse Club serials when I was on the Disney Channel or on VHS tapes and things. So Corky is Darlene Gillespie. That's right. Marlene got it. Darlene Gillespie is one of the original Mouseketeers. Okay, there she is. That's Darlene. And she is one of the original Mouseketeers, like I said. And she had her very own cereal. And it's not one of those that's very widely known, I think. And it's not one you can find on Disney Plus, but I'm going to talk about where you can see it. So we're going to talk a little about Darlene, and she appears in other serials as well. Does anybody know what other serials Darlene Gillespie was in? Or actually just one other one, if I remember correctly. She also played in one other. Yes, that's Darlene with her dog, with White Shadow. So what other serial did Darlene play in or appear in? Yeah, she was in Spin and Marty. She was in the third season of the Spin and Marty serial. So that ran for 3 seasons, and we'll talk more about Spin and Marty, of course. All right, next question. What actor played Corky's pa? So Corky, right there. Who was her dad in Corky and White Shadow? Very famous Disney actor. Starred in quite a few films and television series. Yes, White Shadow is the dog's name. Darlene, today, she's still around. She's not really in the show business scene right now, but she does make appearances and things. She's still alive. I've talked with her her daughter before, and she commented on some of my Darlene posts, and she passed on our well wishes to Darlene. But Darlene's dad in Corky and White Shadow is Buddy Ebsen. That's correct. Buddy Ebsen was her dad. So Georgie Russell from Davy Crockett was in Corky and White Shadow. So that's reason enough to watch that. Great serial. So, and then kind of a follow-on funny question. Very good. Boy band lover got it. Catherine got it. J. Roxy got it as well. And I think Marlene was the first to chime in with Spin and Marty and Buddy Ebsen. Very good. Okay, so what is Pa? That's how she affectionately refers to her dad, as Pa. But what is his favorite breakfast meal? What is Buddy Ebsen's favorite thing to eat for breakfast? I mean, he loves this thing more than... I mean, this is what he loves most about women, is his breakfast of choice, which is a great song, which you can find on this 45 here. Yeah, Buddy Ebsen, there he is right there. He narrated the Disney Family album, which I posted all those on my YouTube channel as well. But there's the answer, buckwheat cakes. So buckwheat cakes along with crispy bacon is his favorite breakfast. Buckwheat cakes along with crispy bacon. So it can't be your curly hair or your smiley face. La da 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 dee 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 dee. Buckwheat cakes along with crispy bacon. Yes, it is your buckwheat cakes that set my heart aching. That's the song. And that's going to be pretty much the extent of my singing. But great song. And again, if you're in the Dropbox group, I'll send you a copy of this album so you can listen to it yourself. If you're not in the Dropbox group, send me a direct message with your email address and I'll add you so you can download this album from Dropbox. Okay. What is the name of the town the Hardy Boys live in? That's an interesting question. So Hardy Boys, let's see if I got a Hardy Boy. There we go. There's the Hardy Boys comic book. What is the name of the town that the Hardy Boys live in? And what two actors play the Hardy Boys? What's their names? So there they are right there. I mean, it's pretty... I'm giving you guys a hint there. And sorry about the ceiling fan light thing, but you know, it's hot. It's South Texas. So who are the Hardy Boys and what town did they live in? River Heights. Is that where Nancy Drew lived? I'm not sure. So who are those two guys? Any takers? I thought this quiz would be pretty I try not to make it too hard, kind of a nice intro into what we're talking about tonight, but maybe I made this one too tough. Who are those two boys in the comic there? Can you guys not see them? Tommy Kirk right there and Tim Considine. Those are the Hardy Boys. They are Joe. Tommy Kirk plays Joe Hardy and Tim Considine plays Frank Hardy. And they live in the town of Bayport. That's the fictitious town where they solve their mysteries. A question from Harry. Buddy is Darlene's father in the serial, not in real life. So Buddy's name in the serial is Matthew Brady. And that's Corky Brady's dad. So hopefully that clears up the confusion there. Yeah, so there we go. All right. Let's move on to Spin and Marty. Some Spin and Marty questions here. A couple of those. There's a Spin and Marty comic. You know what? I'm going to turn off that ceiling fan because it's just... There's a glare. And I got it. Sorry about that. Woo! Boy. Bayport. There you go. And so, boy, that glare, I'm really there. That's better. Okay. Spin and Marty. Who played Perkins? So Marty, who is this guy, played by David Stollery, and Spin is Tim Considine, who was in the, thanks J. Roxy, who was also in the Hardy Boys serial. Marty shows up. His chauffeur is driving him. That's Perkins. So who's the name of the actor who played Perkins in Spin and Marty? And believe it or not, Spin and Marty is the only serial that is on Disney Plus right now. The first season of Spin and Marty, y'all can watch it on Disney Plus. So who played Marty's chauffeur and butler in the first Spin and Marty? Actually, he was in all 3 seasons. Great Disney name, voiced lots of animated characters. Yes, J. Pat O'Malley, boy band lover, got it. Way to go. Boom. He voiced lots of characters, and just a couple that I wrote down were Tweedledee and Tweedledum in Alice in Wonderland. One of my favorites is Colonel Hottie in The Jungle Book, and Cyril Proudbottom in The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So, what's your all's favorite J. Pat O'Malley voice? Great voice actor. Just awesome, dude. Love him. And I love that we get to see him on screen in this serial. He was in a lot of Disneyland TV shows. Another fun one is The Swamp Fox. He shows up in that as well. So, excuse me. All right. Next question. What was the name of Marty's horse? Yeah, he also voiced the walrus and the carpenter and the mother oyster. Take my advice and stay right here. That's a great, some great voice acting. He did tons of 50s TV. And, you saw his IMDb and couldn't believe it? I thought his name was familiar when I watched the show. Good. Yeah, I'm glad you watched it. He's great. He's so versatile. J. Pat O'Malley. So here's Marty, and he had a horse. And he had to go catch him. He was kind of wild at first, and he tamed him in the first season. And his horse's name was Dynamite. Is that right? Oh my gosh, I put something different. Okay, we're going to have to go to Google. I thought, is Dynamite the name of Spin's horse? And Skyrocket is the name of Marty's horse, I think. Maybe I got those two mixed up. Spin and Marty's horse names. You can Google everything. Let's see. It says Skyrocket was Marty's horse, and Sailor was the name of the horse in for Spin. Skyrocket for Marty and Sailor for Spin. Yep. So, who got those? Dynamite sounds familiar. That's a name of a horse. What show was Dynamite in? Boy, I can't remember. That's not Zorro's horse, right? But anyways, yeah, Skyrocket is Marty's horse. Very good. Yeah, you blue-nosed gopher boy band. I can tell you've seen the serial a few times. That's great. Yeah. And if you haven't seen these, I hope you're learning something new about Disney. Disney's not just animated films and rides at the parks. There's some great shows that were back in the early days of Disney. This is the foundation. This is the foundation of Disney. It's how Disney got popular. The Mickey Mouse Club and early days of Disneyland. Those caught fire. Very popular things to do for kids in the 50s. And it just kind of exploded after that. So yes, Kat, you will love them. And I'm going to show y'all. Okay. What was Kevin Corcoran's very first Mickey Mouse cereal? In fact, this was Kevin Corcoran's very first Disney appearance. Does anybody know what Kevin Corcoran? So he's Moochie, the actor who played Moochie. Yeah, Zorro was Tornado. That's right. So what was the very first Disney show that Kevin Corcoran or Moochie played on? This was a tough one. And it's one, yes, he's the kid from Old Yeller, right? And he's Jimmy Bean in Pollyanna. So he did a lot of Moochie in the Little League, was a little bit after this one. But it's the second serial. So Corky and White Shadow was the first one. The name of the second serial, and it's kind of tough to find, but it's on my YouTube channel. But it's called Adventure in Dairyland. And this is a fan-created DVD that I have of this, and I'll show you more of these that I have. But this is how I was able to upload it to YouTube. There's some big-time Mickey Mouse Club serial fans out there who scour the internet and have old VHS tapes they recorded the Disney Channel onto those tapes, and they digitized them. So Adventure in Dairyland is one we're going to talk about. But that is Kevin Corcoran's very first appearance for Disney. Yes, Kevin Corcoran was in the sequel to Savage Sam. Yeah, sequel to Old Yeller, which was Savage Sam. Good. Yeah, very good, Harry. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk more about the Hardy Boys. What was the name of the Franklin W. Dixon Hardy Boys novel, which served as the basis for the mystery of the Applegate treasure? So let's put up a Hardy Boys comic again, I think. What did I do with that one? I know I've got one. There we go. There's the Hardy Boys. What was the book? If you've read the Franklin W. Dixon series of Hardy Boys books, what's the name of the book that Disney used to create the mystery of the Applegate treasure? And I remember looking this up because I wanted the book it was based on, and then I found it in an antique store one day. I mean, the antique stores are full of like Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew novels because they were like so popular in the 40s and 50s. I mean, this is what kids did. They didn't have phones, right? They weren't sitting in front of a screen all day. Treasure in the Attic is very close. It's the Tower Treasure. So here is the book, The Hardy Boys, The Tower Treasure, and that's an illustration of what they looked like. But this was book number 8901 as the catalog number. There are so many books. I mean, if you're my age or older, you've probably seen this side view of the Hardy Boys books. And so, look how many books there were. There's just so many of them. So Tower Treasure is one of the first ones. The House on the Cliff, The Secret of the Old Mill. So many. And I probably read at least 10 of these when I was a kid. But great book. So if you're ever in an antique store and you see the Tower Treasure and you love the mystery of the Applegate treasure, then go ahead and pick this one up. It's a good one. Yeah. I read about half of it, and I need to finish it. I have this bad habit of like picking up books, starting to read them, and I get distracted by something else. So I need to go back and remember to finish them. All right, Marlene, this question's for you. Who is the young girl who has the hots for Joe Hardy? I mean, that means she really likes Joe, played by Tommy Kirk. Who is the young girl who has the hots for Joe Hardy that appears in both Hardy Boys serials? That's right, there's two. There's the Mystery of the Applegate Treasure and the Mystery of Ghost Farm. And this delightful young actress plays in both of them, and her name is Iola Morton. Very good, Marlene. I know you're a huge Iola Morton fan. She is just the cutest little thing. And I just love her on her skates. Uh, yeah, it wasn't, and it was not. She wasn't played by Annette. Does anybody know her actual name? Who is Iola Morton's name? I've got it written down here. It's one that's always hard for me to remember. But yeah, I guess that would have been nice, huh? If she played, if Annette played Iowa. But nope, they gave it to another girl who is just as delightful. Yeah, Iowa, what a great name, huh? And she's so cute and charming in this, and she's part of the story. She's in almost every episode, and her name is Carol Ann Campbell. That is the name of the actress that plays Iowa. And see if I could find some pictures of her somewhere. I think I have some. All right, yes, Tommy Kirk plays Travis Coates in Old Yard. Very good. All right, a couple more questions before we get into these serials. Who played Uncle Archie, Annette's uncle, in the Annette serial? So, Disney mom, you met Tim Considine and David Stollery. That's cool, awesome. Yeah, they made a lot of appearances with the Disneyana Club and Mickey Mouse Club reunions because they were sort of attached to the Mickey Mouse Club, but despite not being Mouseketeers themselves, but. I never had a chance to meet them. I met many of the Mouseketeers, but never those two. I would love to meet Tommy Kirk and Tim Considine, but sadly we lost them both. 2021, 2022. So who played Uncle Archie in the Annette serial? And a Disney mom got it. Richard Deacon, of course. Yep. I love how he's always fighting with Mary Wicks over the centerpiece on the table. Just hamburgers. Yep. And I got you a bunch of what is that? The antacid. What do they call that stuff? There was a funny name for antacid back in the day. Oh, I can't remember. But Yeah, Disney legend Annette would have been great to meet. I never met her, but I have met Sharon, and yes, she always spoke very highly of Annette. That's right. Okay, so Richard Deacon, bicarbonate soda. Thank you very much. That's what they called Tums or Alka-Seltzer back in the day. Yeah, Richard Deacon's great. He played in a lot of Disney films. Ralph Yarby in The Snowmobile. He played the dean of Godolphin College in Blackbeard's Ghost. Mel Cooley, of course, in the Dick Van Dyke Show. The drive-in theater owner in That Darn Cat. He had so many great roles. I love seeing him. We all love Richard Deacon. All right, last question here. Who accuses Annette of stealing her necklace? And what Disney live-action film did she appear in? So what's the character? What's the name of the girl who accused Annette of stealing her necklace? She was kind of rotten about it. Yeah, Laura. Laura is the name of the girl who accused Annette of stealing her necklace. What's her actual her real name? Laura. That's her screen name. Yep, Laura is in Annette. Very good, Disney mom. Laura Rogan even got the last name. Nice. Cool. And what's her real name? And what Disney film did she appear in? Just shortly after the Annette serial. Along with Annette and Tommy Kirk and Tim Considine as well. Yep, Roberta Shore is her name. Anybody know what film Roberta Shore was in with Annette, Tommy Kirk, and Tim Considine? One of the best. Well, actually, I think it's one of the first Disney live-action comedies. Maybe the first. The Shaggy Dog. That's right, Marlene. Very good. Okay. So that's going to do it for the trivia portion. Now we're going to just talk about each one of these serials. And I wanted to kind of go over to my YouTube channel. So just going to kind of stare at my computer screen here for a minute. Try to zoom in just a little bit there. Here is the YouTube channel, Keeping Walt and Disney, where I've uploaded a lot of the serials. And if you're on my homepage, this is on YouTube, so just go to YouTube, Keeping Walt and Disney. And if you scroll down, here's the featured video right now is the Hardy Boys. This is the featured video. The Mickey Mouse Club presents the Hardy Boys. For some reason, there's no sound. There we go. So that'll be my featured video for the next month or so. I love this one, The Mystery of the Applegate Treasure, one of my favorites of all time. Okay, so just scroll down past videos. The Disney, of course, my channel is all about the Disneyland Anthology television series. The first 32 seasons are on this channel. Lots of great shows there. Thanks, Disneymon. I appreciate the sub. Yes, please, if you love this channel, please share it. I mean, if I'm sitting at 64.1K subscribers right now. If I can get up to 100K, YouTube will award me and I'll get even more exposure. So the more folks that subscribe means more folks will be introduced to this stuff that we love. So, all right, so let me show you where all they are. After the anthology television series, like the Disneyland TV show, The Wonderful World of Color, all of that is here. The next one is the original Mickey Mouse Club episodes and serials. So view them all, and we're going to talk about these in order. So this is the order in which they appeared, and at least the ones I'm focusing on tonight. No, the singer did not sound weird at all. That was Thurl Ravenscroft who sang the theme song. Harry, he's awesome. That's his great deep bass voice. Yeah, Disney does need to do a better job of promoting and preserving these, right? And they have done a few of them, but they're missing some. If Applegate season is on, yes, it's on my homepage, Disneymon. So just right at the top, I've got the episode 0 right here, so you can click on that and watch the entire playlist. Okay. All right, so let's go to episodes and serials. So the first one is Corky and White Shadow, and if you click on it here, it's going to take you to the playlist. Like, I've already started watching some of these again. So there's the Corky and White Shadow opening. Maybe I'll turn this up a little bit here. So there's Darlene Gillespie and Corky right there. And let's just talk a little bit about this one. This series, it aired from January 31st, 1956 to February 22nd, 1956, and had 18 episodes. Okay, there's Buddy Ebsen, who is in this one as well. And the series features the adventures of Corky Brady, a 12-year-old girl who's motherless but lives with her sheriff father, Sheriff Matthew Brady, in the town of Beaumont with her dog, White Shadow. And the series involves Corky and Uncle Dan, so presumably Buddy Ebsen's brother, or Matthew Brady's brother. And they get mixed up with the Durango Dude, who robbed a bank and is hiding out in the woods. And he ends up running into Uncle Dan and Corky in Uncle Dan's cabin. And it's a great serial. It's the first one. It's the only one that features Darlene Gillespie in a starring role. And so here's all the episodes. All of them are listed right here. So all in one nice, convenient playlist. Okay. All right. So that's Corky and White Shadow. We'll go back here and look at the next one. The next one is Adventure in Dairyland. Okay, we'll click on that one. And this one's kind of cool. It's I wish I had a better copy. It's a little green, but it's a really fun one. This one does star Annette Funicello and Sammy Ogg, or Og. But Adventure in Dairyland ran in 1956 in the last part of the year. It's a short one. It's only 8 episodes long. Annette Funicello and Sammy Ogg, they visit the 560-acre McCandless Sunny Acres Dairy Farm in Wisconsin. They get to know members of the family and learn about how a dairy farm operates. And this is Kevin Corcoran's first Disney appearance. And here's Walt Disney himself introducing the episode. He goes into this classroom here and he's looking for a couple of Mouseketeers who want to travel to Wisconsin. And it's an actual farm. You can actually go see it still today. It's the Sisk Farm on Sugar River Road in Verona, Wisconsin. And the whole serial was sponsored by the American Dairy Association. So, listen to Walt a little bit here.
Have any of you ever seriously thought about what you're going to be when you grow up? The kind of job I mean, or the business that you want to go into?
Oh, I'd like to be an FBI agent. I want to be a fireman.
I want to be a movie star. I want to be a cowboy. I want to own Disneyland.
I don't know if you guys can hear. Is the audio coming through on these a little bit?
Well, I have, sort of.
There's Sammy Ogg right there, and Annette.
How can a girl be a dairy farmer?
Uh-oh.
Well, why not? Anyway, if I can marry one, can I?
Well, Sammy, would you mind telling us why you thought of dairy farming?
Well,
So, anyways, I'm not going to play this forever, but this is a great serial here. I love it. So the screen does clear up in other episodes. It's just that first one here that's a little wonky, but all right. So let's go ahead and go back. And like I said, let's see what happened to that DVD cover I had right here. There are some fans that have recorded these. I guess I lost it, but here we go. Sorry. Adventure in Dairyland. There's some fans that have recorded these onto DVDs, and here it is. So. Yeah, it was cool. Sammy's wearing a Triple R shirt. Isn't that funny? Even before the serial came out. All right. Okay, so let's go back, and the next serial is, let's go back here and pick out the next serial. I'm going to open these up in a new tab so I don't have to keep doing that. Okay, so the next one after the Adventure of Dairyland is The Adventures of Spin and Marty. So I don't have the first season on my YouTube channel, of course, because it's on Disney Plus and I can't upload it. But I do have the other 2 seasons. Okay, and Spin and Marty may have been the first one, actually. That might have been the first one, so I may have misspoke there. Spin and Marty was probably the first serial because that aired in 1955, and Corky and White Shadow were the next year. So sorry about that. So fact check me. Spin and Marty came first, 25 episodes. Of course, stars Tim Considine and David Stollery as Spin and Marty, respectively. And there were two sequels. And the first one here is The Further Adventures of Spin and Marty. Here we go. The Further Adventures of Spin and Marty. That aired the next year in 1956 and has 23 episodes. So in the first one, it's like Spin. They all arrive to the Triple R, and Marty is he's a little awkward. He's not sure he can do the whole thing, so he learns how to ride a horse, and before you know it, he's pretty good at it. And there's a lot of fighting going on between Spin and Marty, but eventually they become friends and they participate in the culminating event, which is a rodeo, and everything just works out great at the Triple R. So, the next season, Annette joins. She gets in on this. So there's Spin and Marty with Annette. And she's in this one because there's a girls' camp across from the Triple R called the Circle H. And they do lots of activities this summer. And one of them was the swimming competition. And you get to see Moochie diving off a diving board. This serial is not as good as the first or third because it's a lot of Kevin Corcoran just kind of goofballing around the entire time. Yeah, let me go back and see if I can answer some of these questions. Yeah, I'm talking about seasons 2 and 3 right now, Harry. And oh, you found a Triple R shirt on eBay? Awesome. I need one of those. Yeah, there is a scene, Andy wearing the Triple R short in a Toy Story movie. Because I just watched the Toy Story movies, and I noticed that Andy was wearing a Triple R t-shirt because that's the camp that he would go to. He would take Woody to the Triple R. Yeah, Moochie was a cute boy, and it's fun. All of his shenanigans in season 2 are fun. And I love it. But it's I don't think the storyline in the first and the second one is as good as the first and the third, but they're still really fun. All right, so that's the further adventures of Spin and Marty, which I have on my YouTube channel. Again, just go right here, click on that, Harry, and you can watch all the episodes. Yep, that's Dynamite, Harry. Okay, we've already talked about the horse, Marty's name. Okay, or Skyrocket. Skyrocket is is Marty's horse. Okay. All right, so the first Toy Story movie is the one where Andy's wearing a Triple R t-shirt and going off to cowboy camp. Yeah, or maybe the second one. I don't know. Maybe you know what? It is the second one. He's gonna take Woody to cowboy camp, but he rips his arm, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're broken," and so he can't take him. So, anyways, enough toys. Go see Toy Story 5. Excellent movie. All right, so the next one after the further adventures of Spin and Marty is the third season, which is the new adventures of Spin and Marty. And this is one where Darlene comes along. Darlene Gillespie is in this one. And we have this cute little intro by Cubby O'Brien for all of these episodes. So, here you go. And there's a bunch of episodes. I think this is the biggest one. There's like almost 30. In fact, there are 30 episodes in this serial. So you can watch all 30, including some cool bonus features here that I've uploaded, where Tim Considine and David Stoller return to the Triple R. And then you get a great interview with Harry Carey Jr. before he passed away called Back in the Saddle. So those are great behind-the-scenes features that I uploaded here at the end of the season 3. So this one here is, which I think is a little bit better than the second season, but Darlene shows up, and she produces a play based on Robin Hood, and they are all acting in a play, Robin Hood, and there's a lot of back and forth of fighting over Annette in this one, and but it's cute, and I think this is a great serial. So. All 3 seasons have featured adult performances by Roy Barcroft. Roy Barcroft was Colonel Logan. You know, he's kind of the leader of the camp. And then Harry Carey Jr. played Bill Burnett. And, of course, Perkins, we talked about, is played by Jay Pat O'Malley. So, yeah, so you can watch season 1 of Spin and Marty on Disney+. And then you can come back to my YouTube channel to watch seasons 2 and 3. So there's Spin and Marty, which is outstanding. I mean, I don't have a bunch of time to go into too much detail about all of these, but again, and I've got the DVDs that there's some really fun folks that have scoured the internet for these, and I bought these and used these to upload to my YouTube channel. So
Watch out what you're doing.
there's Moochie. Yeah. Any favorite characters, J. Pat O'Malley? Oh, yeah. Well, we talked about that earlier. My favorite was Colonel Hottie from the Jungle Book. I think that was my favorite. He's just very British in that one. I love it. All right, so that's Spin and Marty. Let's move on to the Hardy Boys. And the first Hardy Boys cereal is The Mystery of the Applegate Treasure. Okay, and this one, this is like, it's hard for me to pick my favorite, but I just love this one. It's so good. So I actually was been watching this one a little bit today. And I think, here's the intro. And here's the great theme song to this one.
Doubloons and pieces of eight, handed down to Applegate from buccaneers who fought for years for gold doubloons and pieces of eight, handed down in a pirate's chest, the gold they sailed for east and west, the treasure bright that made men fight, till none were left to bury the chest. So now the gold and pieces of eight all belong to Applegate. The chest is here, but wait. Now where are those gold doubloons and pieces of eight, pieces of eight, pieces of eight?
The Hardy Boys. Featuring Tim Considine.
Isn't this intro so, it's just like, it reels you in. I love the song. Sung by Thurl Ravenscroft, of course. And it's just a great cereal. It's got a great story. Disney actually released this one. They released it on the Disney Movie Club. There's The Mystery of the Applegate Treasure.
Hi there.
And they also released it on the Walt Disney Treasures series. So let me go back, and I've seen a few questions here. Yes, Colonel Hottie is my favorite J. Pat O'Malley voice, because Jungle Book is my favorite animated film. Toy Story 5 was awesome. I posted a story about it. I loved it. Everybody needs to see it. Yes, very good. Thurl Ravenscroft, Paul Bunyan. In the books, the Hardy Boys had a mother, not just Aunt Gertrude. Oh, wow. And she was a pain in the neck. And that's funny. Yes, very good, J. Roxy. If you look at some of the footage here from the intro, right, it is from Treasure Island. Like that scene right there, that's the skeleton, and there's other things on the ship that are directly from Treasure Island. Very good. Yep. Well, we want intros like this. You can, boy band lover. Just go to my YouTube channel and you can watch them all day long. And yeah, I think Tommy Kirk does shine as Joe Hardy. Very good. Yep, I won't spoil Toy Story 5. Go see it. It's outstanding. So if I love it, means you guys probably love it too. So The Mystery of Applegate Treasure aired in 1956, 20 episodes. Sons of the great detective Fenton Hardy, who are Frank and Joe, are eager to impress their father with their mystery-solving skills. When an opportunity comes to help prove the new kid in town is innocent and find the long-lost Applegate treasure, they jump on it. And we follow the boys' case as they discover new twists and turns in the new case and in the mystery of the 10-year missing treasure. It stars Tim Considine and Tommy Kirk. Florence Ames, who's Silas Applegate. Great performance by Florence Ames. I love him in this. Russ Conway as the dad. Sarah Selby as Aunt Gertrude. Robert Folk as Jackley the plumber. And Carol Ann Campbell, we talked about earlier, as Iola Morton. And Donald McDonald as Perry. Arthur Shields as Bowles. And again, Thurl Ravenscroft, who's saying, let's see if we can get a peek at Iola. There she is.
Stop him, get him.
There she is. And there's Perry going away in the cop car. But, great serial. And there's Iowa Martin, Carol Ann Campbell that we talked about. This is outstanding. I think, boy band, The Curse of the Apple, or The Mystery of the Applegate Treasure, is right up there with Spin and Marty and Annette. Those are my top three. If I had to pick my top three, I would say number one is Annette, and then number two is Applegate, and then the first season of Spin and Marty is my number three. So who's the girl? Harry. Somebody help out Harry in the chat and tell him who the girl was. Tommy Kirk was Travis. Arliss was Kevin Corcoran. Not for you, Packer. All right. And hello, Married to a Disney Addict. Glad you could join in. All right. So there was a second Hardy Boys serial that was, admittedly, Tommy Kirk said it wasn't as good as the first. So it is called The Mystery of Ghost Farm. And here Annette introduces each one of these. And The Mystery of Ghost Farm was only 15 episodes, a little shorter than Applegate. But boy detectives Frank and Joe Hardy try to solve the mystery of a haunted farm where the farmer has died and left no one to care for his livestock. A ghost assists them to prevent the acceptance of a false inheritance claim. The plot is a little crazy, but it's still very enjoyable. I mean, you get Tim Considine, Tommy Kirk, and Iowa Morton, or Carol Ann Campbell back again. So someone mentioned that in the second serial, Joe is wearing Frank's shirt from Applegate. That's a cool little fun fact or Easter egg. I didn't know that. But in this one, of course, all the dad and the Aunt Gertrude return, and then you get Andy Clyde as Lacey, Bob Amsbury as the farmer, John Baer as Eric, and Hugh Sanders as Mr. Big. So a whole new cast of characters. And you still get Tommy Kirk being a little rude to Iowa. But that's all in good fun. So let me show you a couple of little things here. So let's go. We'll come back and we'll do Annette here in just a minute. But there's the Hardy Boys comic. And then we'll talk about Annette next. And I do have The Mystery of Ghost Farm. Again, a fan-created DVD from just some dedicated folks who collected all these episodes. All right, and I wanted to show you, Disney did release, they released The Mystery of the Applegate Treasure on DVD. You can get that through the Disney Movie Club. Well, it's defunct now, but you can find this. But they released 3 of the serials on the Walt Disney Treasures tin, and I don't have a lot of the tins. I have this set that D23 released back when D23 first got started. In fact, this is why I joined D23, because you had to be a member to buy this set, the D23 Treasures set, and it's got most of all the tins in this little binder here, and except for Zorro, El Fago Baca, Swamp Fox, and I think there's one other that's not in here, but opening up, and then they released the first season of Spin and Marty on this. So there's Spin and Marty. Okay, there's an individual tin, and then also The Curse of the Applegate Treasure is also here. Okay, so you can get those DVDs, and Annette, the Annette serial, is another one that was released in this set, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff that just outside of the scope of today's live. But you can still find this whole set on eBay for thousands of dollars. I think if I sold this on eBay, I could probably make my mortgage payment for a few months. But I'm not going to get rid of it. So let's talk about the Annette cereal. That's the next to the last one that we will talk about. And so again, I've got the Annette cereal here on my YouTube channel. Okay, just again, if you're on my homepage, the original Mickey Mouse Club episodes and cereals. So right click here on, well, here I'm going to right click and open it in a new tab. Yes, this is probably a favorite for a lot of folks. Karen Pendleton intros each episode. The Annette serial ran in 1958 for 20 episodes. Stars Annette Funicello as Annette McLeod. The story is of a poor orphan country girl who moves into town with her upper-class aunt and uncle, of course, Uncle Archie, who we talked. Yeah, this is just delightful. I mean, I don't know if there's anything more delightful in the Disney catalog than the Annette serial. You got Mary Wicks there. It's just Disney to me. Yeah, I don't think Karen Dotrice was around here in 1958. She would have been very little, maybe a baby. Yeah, so what do we got here? We've got Annette moves in with her aunt and uncle, and she quickly makes friends with a boy named Steve and some other girls in town, except one, Laura, who likes Steve and is a bit jealous of Annette's friendship with Steve. The plot centers around this bit of jealousy, as well as some bit of jealousy centered around the stolen necklace, and some very entertaining glimpse of a teenage America in the 1950s. I love it. I love the parties they do. Great parties, records. They have great food. I mean, got real plates and silverware. So many great actors in this. Of course, you got, Katie's great. I love Katie in this. Yeah. So, yeah, I hope you can watch these, Catherine. They're so fun. Again, just right on my YouTube channel. There was Laura right there in the car. She's a great actress and such a nice person in real life, but she plays kind of a snooty little girl in this. But Tim Considine and David Stollery is back. They're back in this one. You got Roberta Shore, Richard Deacon as Uncle Archie, Sylvia Field, who's Aunt Lila, Mary Wicks right there. Katie is Katie. Judy Nugent, who plays Jet, is another one of my favorites in this. Jet Maypen, who's another kind of country girl similar to Annette. She's not in the in crowd. But that was Tim Considine, who who was driving the car. All right, so who else do we have in this? Judy Nugent, Jet Maypen, Doreen Tracy was Val Abernathy, Shelley Fabares was Moselle, and Corey. Moselle Corey. Steve Stevens as Drew Stafford. Rudy Lee, one of my favorites in this. Yes, Aunt Lila is Mrs. Wilson in Dennis the Menace. That's right. Rudy Lee, who plays Olmsted or Steady Ware. Sharon Baird plays Kitty Blaylock. Barry Curtis as Court Whitney, and Tommy Cole plays Jimmy Smith. And Cheryl is in this. Cheryl Holdridge as Madge Markham. And Bonnie Lynn Fields plays Pat Boren, and Doris Packer is Mrs. Abernathy. So, Richard Deacon is in this. Yes, it is. Yes, he's in this. Absolutely. There's Judy Nugent right there who plays Jet. Yeah, there's Richard Deacon right there. Yep, that's definitely Richard Deacon. Yeah, oh, Shelley Fabares was in Donna Reed. I love the Donna Reed show. I used to watch that on Nick at Night a lot. So Annette, I mean, it's great. I mean, again, Disney released it on DVD. But it's weird that they made this DVD release of Annette, but they didn't put it on Disney Plus. They only put Spin and Marty, the first season, on Disney Plus. All the rest of them are not there. Does he have a beard in this? He doesn't have a beard. Nope. You can't see the chat? Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know. You need to maybe scroll up a little bit, boy band. Just like... All right. So that's the Annette cereal. Highly recommend. I highly recommend all of these. The very last cereal is one that I think not a lot of people have ever heard of. It's called Clint and Mac. And I've only watched this through once. And it doesn't have a lot of folks that are very popular, I think, from this era. But you do have the intro to these by Tim Considine. I think he's the one that's going to, if you listen, that's definitely Tim Considine. So you've got Neil Wolfe and Jonathan Bailey. And this takes place in London. So this is like one of those European type things. And so there's Tim Considine, who's going to introduce everybody to this one.
I'm Tim Considine, and I'm here today to tell you about the new Mickey Mouse Club cereal that you're going to be seeing for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Something different from the others.
Very different from the others.
Place in a foreign country.
So this ran late 57 into 58. Clint, played by Neil Wolfe, he's an American boy that lives in London while his father is stationed there with the U.S. Air Force. He's formed a friendship with Mac, played by Jonathan Bailey, his neighbor, whose father is a Scotland Yard inspector, and the serial takes place over the course of a single day. That's one thing interesting about this one. It's just one day in the life of these boys. And it portrays their involvement in the theft of the original manuscript of the novel Treasure Island and their attempts to return it to its rightful owners. So it's really good. Yeah, he does have some high hair there. Oh, yeah, Richard Deacon had a mustache. Okay, yeah. Yes, Boys of the Western Sea, that's another serial. And I'm not focusing on that one because I haven't uploaded it. I've tried to so many times, it just gets blocked. It's like there's some serious copyright on that one. I think it's like out of the Netherlands or Holland. It's just they don't want to release it for some reason. So unless you have, I don't even have the whole Boys of the Western Sea serial. I've got maybe half of the episodes, so I haven't even watched those yet. But yep. So Clint and Mac. If you haven't seen that one, head on out to my YouTube channel, and then you could see all 14 episodes of this one. 15 episodes, I think. But it's really good. All right, and so due to the popularity of the serials, the Mickey Mouse Club, this is actually MM24, a Mickey Mouse Club record. And this album here, people were clamoring for the music from these serials. So if you can find this album, Songs from Annette, great. But I will put this in the Dropbox so you can have like all of the music here. Okay, you've got music from Spin and Marty, the Hardy Boys, Corky and White Shadow, and then look, Boys of the Western Sea. And you hear folks like Darlene, Annette, and Tim Considine singing. That's interesting that Tim Considine sings in this one. So here's the tracks on this. You get How Will I Know My Love, and then the Annette song by Jimmy Dodd, Meeting at the Malt Shop, Buckwheat Cakes, which I tried to sing earlier. My Paw from Corky and White Shadow is so good. So if you want the audio from this album, just send me a direct message through Instagram with your email address, and I will add you to our Dropbox group, and you can download the audio. So all you have to do, Boy Band Lover, is send me a direct message with your email address once we're done here. All right, so What I Want to Be, that's another one that I forgot to talk about. Gold Doubloons and Pieces of Eight. Hap Hap Happy Snowman is from the 3rd season of Spin and Marty. Don't Jump to Conclusions from Annette. The theme from Spin and Marty. Of course, the Triple R song. It's got to be there. Uncle Dan from Corky and White Shadow. And a Moochie song, which is kind of cute. And another Boys of the Western Sea. So, so all of those great songs are on there. I neglected to mention one of the serials, and that was like the very first one. So back over to my YouTube channel. I don't know how I forgot to do that, but I certainly did. Down here, the very first one is What I Want to Be. And, this is just a little serial that showcases a couple of kids and what it would be like to work in the airline industry. And I don't have all of these. There's 9 parts. I have 3 of them. The first 4, I believe, are on, or first 5 are on Disney Plus, because they're the first 5 of What I Want to Be is part of the very first 5 episodes of the Mickey Mouse Club. So they're all, you can watch the first 5 and then 6, 8, and 9. But I'm missing 7 and 10. They're like super hard to find. So if anybody's got episode 7 or part 7 and part 10, that would be great. I think the UCLA library has them. And if I can ever get over there with my computer, I can pop in the DVDs and try to rip the video and post it here. But I don't want to get in trouble. but yeah, it's really cute. So there's 3 follow-on episodes to the 5 that are on Disney Plus as part of the Mickey Mouse Club episodes that are already on there. So, all right. Well, that's the Mickey Mouse Club serials. Just a brief overview. I did want to give a shout out to one of my favorite podcasts called the Jiminy Crickets Podcast. And they are in the middle of doing a huge deep dive on the Mickey Mouse Club. They've already released 1 episode. It was like 3.5 hours long that went over a lot of things about the Mickey Mouse Club. And I think the next episode, they're going to get into the serials. So if you want to know even more about the serials, go to the Jiminy Crickets Podcast and check that out. So, all right. So I know I've missed a lot of questions. I apologize. But again, if you want the audio from these records, Corky and White Shadow, and this little fun one, Good Night Little Wrangler, I will drop these into Dropbox for you. Just send me a direct message with your email address if you haven't already, and I'll make those available to you. So I got to get back to moving, packing up the truck, and it was good to see all of you guys. Let me say hello. I've been messing with my hair, been moving. I got my cool Walt Disney shirt on here. I am glad I'm a small town boy, and I'm glad Marceline is my town, Walt Disney.